food recommendations in Hanoi. So today we're putting those to the test and going out to the streets of Hanoi to try not only favourite dishes but also favourite places to eat.
Food tours are one of our absolute favourite things to do when we get to a new city. There's no better way to experience the culture and the food of the place you've been to than doing a food tour. Normally we book these on websites, things like Klook or With Locals is one of our recent favourites. And we found a food tour here in Hanoi called the 10 Tastings of Hanoi. Now, we did a very similar one earlier in our previous country. We wanted to find out if we took it on ourselves to go around and make our own little DIY food tour, whether it would be cheaper or more expensive than doing an organised one through a tour company. Hey Gemma, let's see the list.
So, excuse my really dirty screens, for today I have made a list of all the things we need to eat. So we've got banh mi, beef laloc, pho bo, bun cha, bun bao, fried spring rolls, egg coffee, and then, because I couldn't find a place, we've got Ban Zio. So if we're still feeling like we could eat something, we're gonna eat that. I also have the route we're gonna take. We should have 6 stops, I think. So let's get going.
Should also add that we're starting our little trip at about 1 o'clock. Normally we eat lunch at midday, so we're a little bit late heading out today, which means we're both absolutely starving, which is perfect.
I'm gonna get hungry.
For a DIY food tour.
So we've come to Huang's restaurant, and here at our first stop, we were just thinking of getting the fried spring rolls and the beef laloc, but they also have the ban zi, the pancake, so we think we might order that too, because I'm not sure if the other restaurants had it, so well, let's just get it now.
This place is pretty vibey, big fan of this. I do want to say that beef and betel leaf is one of our favourite dishes at Vietnamese restaurants back in London. We have had it in Vietnam before, a few years ago, and it wasn't as great. So, no pressure on this restaurant, but I'm really looking forward to the beef and betel leaf being top tip. Gemma's trying out the Vietnamese Pancake Fest, which our lovely waitress has assembled.
Well, the rest of us won't look as good as this, I'm sure. It's really like light and fresh, and it feels very healthy.
It's probably what we need. We've also had the beef laloc arrive, which is beef wrapped in betel leaf, which again, I think a lot of these come with salad, noodles and rice paper to wrap and make your own little spring rolls out of, so very good. Gemma's assembling dish number 2, which is the beef and betel leaf. Look at that expert rolling technique. Bit of that nok chan. Yeah? It smells pretty good.
It's not like the one we have at home. The beef is really flavorful. I have to describe it, it's really like herby. It's like a sausage roll like that. And this is the fried spring roll.
I don't think you can really go wrong with fried spring rolls. Oh my god.
What do they taste like?
The outside of those is like glass. It's so like crispy and crunchy. on the filling. I think these might be the best spring rolls we've had in Vietnam.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Oh.
We just finished up our huangs. We had our Vietnamese pancake, our beef la lot, and our spring rolls. How would you rate it, Kyle? Oh, sorry, it went dark.
How would I rate it?
Yeah.
I would rate it maybe an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, it was really, really good. That's really what I'm saying. It was really good. It was really, really good, but it wasn't mind-blowing.
Yeah, I think the pancake was better than the pancake you had the other day. Like, there was so much tofu in it, and it was so stuffed full of things, and it was really tasty. The spring rolls, I think, were the best spring rolls we've had so far.
I would agree.
The beef and basil lever is just not hitting the same as like the ones back home. I think it's because like the meat is like a bit different over here. And it's like something like, it's a different texture to what we're kind of used to. I think I'm across this road without dying. Yeah, it's a bit different to what we're used to back at home. So I think that's why. But yeah, so I don't think beef la lot is our favourite dish over here. But anyway, we're gonna go on to our next stop, and I'm gonna stop filming because I need to concentrate on the road.
So a slight change of plan for us. The banh mi spot we were hoping to visit is closed, so we're gonna look for something else, or I think we know of a chain, right?
Woo, I feel like everyone knows this one who's been to Vietnam. Banh mi 25 is where we'll go. I feel really bad though because our friends always exploring somewhere on Instagram recommended this banh mi place. So I feel sad we can't go. Maybe we'll go when we're here for a bit longer, so maybe we'll go another day.
Yeah, we'll try and fit it in.
Yeah.
Okay. So for now, onwards, banh mi 25. Hi.
The banh mi's are the best sandwich in the world, and banh mi 25 is very famous in Hanoi and like does like the best banh mi's. Oh my god, they're so good. And like there's 2 seating areas and they're both full, so like it just shows how popular it is. So we're thinking we're gonna get a classic barbecue pork, and we're gonna get with the pate, because the banh mi is like from the French influence, so it has pate. I've never had it with the pate, but Carl had it with the pate last time we were here, so we'll go authentic. It's the banh mi.
There he is.
And they cut it in half.
Cut it half for us, which is lovely, because we are just showing one.
Yeah. Oh.
Look at that cross section, focus camera. Yeah, look at that. So as Gemma said, it's pork and pate.
That's my favorite. I can see the pate. Is it as good as you remember?
Yeah, it's better.
It's better than you remember.
It's surprisingly like light, considering it's like pork and pate. The fresh vegetables and pickles just cut through it. It's worth the hype. This is awesome. Careful. Go off again.
Egg coffee. It was just a place I just when I did a quick Google that was close up, and it's so cool in here. It's like, I've been staircase to come upstairs, and they have a very small menu. It's mainly like, I think the egg coffee is like what you come for, and that's what we're gonna have next.
It's like a little treehouse hideout, I think.
It is.
It's awesome.
I see some B-roll to show you. here he is, the egg coffee.
Big boy.
So Kyle, do you know what an egg coffee actually is?
Yes, yes I do.
Could you please tell us?
So it's a short black coffee, but then the top is creamed egg yolk with condensed milk to make like a thick foam. So it's kind of like an egg custard on top of a coffee. So
And have you had an egg coffee before?
I have, way back when we were in Vietnam last time. This one looks a lot longer than the one I had before was like a
The
little
small
shot.
one, yeah.
But this one's like way bigger. So
Would you like to try for us?
I would. Although I'm just gonna get the cream. So cheers.
Cheers! Thanks, Kyle.
It's so big. Oh my god. In a good way. It tastes kind of like eggnog or like alka. Have you ever had that? With the coffee as well. It's really good.
We met up with one of my old colleagues and we were talking about egg coffee, and she said that it was more like dessert than it is a coffee. And would you say that's true, Kyle?
I would say that's very true. Where are we now?
Oh, we finished off our egg coffee, walked like 3 minutes more. Now we're gonna get some buncha.
Oh, getting full now.
Yeah, getting full. I don't know, like, I've had buncha before, but I don't think I ate it properly. So I'm excited to have it properly this time.
It's good. Let's go. And here it is.
Creamy. Oh look, it's got the beef and betel leaf.
So fresh vegetables, chili, garlic, and lime. So buncha is basically grilled or fried meats. So you get the fatty pork pieces, the beef and betel leaf that we had at the previous place, and also some meatballs as well. I pinched one of those on my plate. And then it comes with noodles, and it's like a special soup that it all comes in. So, and obviously fresh herbs because we are in Vietnam, and gotta have fresh herbs.
I've got my beef, I've got my noodles, I've got my herbs. I've got my spoon. I'm struggling to pick them, like everything up in one bite. That's what I'm doing. The beef is so flavorful. Oh my god. That beef is so nice. That's why it's so barbecue-y and sweet. We are extremely full, so sorry if like the video is getting a little bit like sparse.
You can tell us slowing down.
So full. We still have 2 more stops to go, but we finished our buncha. And what did you think, Kyle?
I'm not too keen.
Yeah, I don't think I got it. Like it was like the meat was like barbecue-y and cool and whatever, but I don't get the like the nok cham, the sauce.
Yeah.
With the noodles. I'm not too keen on that.
Yeah. We were just saying last night we went out for noodles as well.
That was on our previous vlog, or the one, I'm not sure which order we're doing this.
Check it out.
We'll link it down below.
And that was also noodles, but it was like nok cham as like the sauce, and it's better as a dipping sauce. It's not great when it's like the main flavour.
Yeah, I agree. But do you know what? To each their own. I don't get it. But
I enjoy everything.
It's fine. There's dishes in Vietnam that we absolutely love. So.
And I will say, we did get free donuts.
Oh yeah.
And they were very, very good.
They were like mochi donuts, kind of.
With like mung bean paste inside.
Okay. Now we're gonna try and find Ban Bao.
Ban Bao.
Be right back. Okay,
a little update for you. We decided to get our ban bao to go. We thought we'll come over to the lake, Hoan Kiem Lake, and just sit, and then we'll like eat it leisurely when we're a little bit more hungry. Then we got here, and all the way here I've got really bad stomach pains. I don't know, it's what's happening this morning. I just don't feel very well. So because we have already eaten pho, we're gonna call it quits here. We're gonna go home, and hopefully this evening we'll have the bun bao as like a little snack. But yeah, I'm not feeling very well. Anyway, this is we'll grab the camera when we're eating the bun bao, but yeah, we'll see you back at our Airbnb.
So we're now back at the Airbnb. We've taken a little bit of a break, so hence why it's a bit darker than it was earlier. It's kind of orange in here. And we are going to try out the ban bao. It is still slightly warm.
What? But I'm going to try a bite of this.
You give it a go?
This is what it looks like. I'm not sure about this. Oh.
It's pork, egg and cabbage. Maybe mushroom. You don't seem sure.
I think my overriding feeling is feeling sick. And this is not what my body wants, so I feel like I can't give it a fair review. Do you want to try?
Yes, I'll go to go. Yeah, today's been a very, very meaty day, so it's kind of difficult to face up to more meat. Let's have a go.
You like it?
Really good bao.
Yeah.
It's got quail's eggs in it, which is kind of interesting.
Kyle is a bao lover, so how would you rate this bao?
7 out of 10.
So that's quite high.
Which is good,
yeah, it's a good score. Good score.
Good score.
Cool.
Pretty good. It would have been good if we had it fresh. But
Yeah. I think that's as well. Like that's what's hindering it. I think we didn't have it fresh.
But super interesting that there's like such a Chinese dish. Like steamed buns are really, really Chinese in Vietnam. So I rate that.
Cool. Right, we're gonna finish this and then we'll do our little roundup, which might not be today.
We'll see that. So it's the next day.
Oh, I was gonna say that.
It's the next day.
Well, what happened yesterday? We got home. We both felt like we ate too much food. As you saw, we tried the ban bao, and we just couldn't stomach it. Because do you know what? Eating that much food, it didn't feel like a lot, but actually, I think our appetites have shrunk over this trip, and it was a lot of food.
It was a lot of very heavy, very meaty food as well.
I don't think it was heavy though, because like Vietnamese food is quite light. I think meaty is meaty
yeah.
and like kind of very not strong flavors, but
It was different.
pronounced flavors.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the things we had, like, there's definitely not a slight against Vietnamese cuisine. Vietnamese food is amazing, but a lot of the food we had a very similar like flavor profile.
Yeah.
Like Ngoc Cham, I hope I'm saying that right, was the source for 5 of those dishes.
Probably.
I want to say, and the bun cha soup was again Ngoc Cham, so kind of a similar profile on a lot of those.
I think that a tour is more worth it.
Yes.
Just because you get to go on a tour with a local guide and you learn more about like the food you're eating, as well as like what the one we did in Cambodia. We learned so much about Cambodia itself. So you just get more of that like personable interaction. We know quite a lot about like Vietnamese food anyway because we've been here before, but I feel like it still would have had that added value if we had a guide. And also I think that doing it through an organized tour, you're not going to get like big dishes like we did. You're going to get like snacks and like a variation of like big dishes versus a small local snacks and stuff. And I think it's easier to, I mean, I was still full after the Cambodia, I was still really full after that food tour in Cambodia, but it was less, I didn't feel sick.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. I think if you go the local as well, you can tailor it more easily. we had a list of foods that we wanted to try, but as we were going along and as we were getting fuller, we didn't really have any kind of alternative choices, and a couple of the things on the list we had before. Whereas when we did the food tour in Cambodia with locals, one of the things was there was more of a conversation on what we wanted to eat. So for example, fish amok is a really popular dish in Cambodia, but we had already eaten it. So it would have been on the food tour, but instead it was replaced with something else that we wouldn't have tried had we not already had that.
That's true. That is true. Like that's why we didn't end up eating the pho, because we got to a point where we're like, oh, we could push through and have the pho, but also we've had it a lot, so it didn't feel like I wanted to show you guys what like a good pho looked like in Vietnam, but also like just couldn't, and like we've done it, so it doesn't really matter for us that we missed it.
I am also going to tag on that where we're staying, just down the road, 2 minutes outside, is the best bowl of chicken pho that I have ever had. So I will be putting a link to that in the description below. It's phenomenal.
Chicken pho instead of beef pho, and I'm more of a beef pho kind of gal, but this chicken pho is very, very good.
It's insane. And get the breadsticks. Oh, the breadsticks.
Carl just likes fried bread.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, so I would recommend, the conclusion for this video is like we had a great time, we ate some great food. Some of it we preferred more than others, just as like anything with food. And we would recommend it's fun to do it yourself, but I would recommend spending the money and doing it with a local. You just get a bit more of a experience out of it. So Carl, would you do it again?
Would I do it again? Very good question. I think a DIY food tour, I probably wouldn't do it again in that way. I would do it with a guide, do it with locals. One thing that was super fun though is reaching out to our Instagram followers and asking for recommendations. It was really fun trying out specific restaurants and specific dishes that our friends had told us to go and eat.
Yeah, and
that was awesome.
And seeing places that we would never have like gone to, because obviously when you're like in a place, you kind of find like places you like, and you kind of get into a bit of a routine or like a rhythm of like going to those places. It's nice to try different places as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yes, so thank you everyone for giving those recommendations. We'll hopefully put the shout outs to people who recommended as we go. And I think that's it from us today, right?
I think that's it. So don't forget, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.
Hit that bell as well.
Very true.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.